Hi everyone, welcome back to this channel. Today we have another Ultra Boost because it seems to be popular on this channel, and I will try to bring the new models a bit more often. As always, we start with the unboxing. Here you can see some of my sizes. For me, these Adidas Ultra Boost 20 are true to size. The box that they came is the original one, nothing fancy on this one. In the box we don't find anything else. I have to say that at the beginning I was having some mixed feelings with them, but now I really like them. This particular pair is made in China, but after a quick inspection I didn't find issues with this pair. No extra glue or bad stitching or other problems. In some places I did find some extra glue, but nothing to worry about. Here we can see the padding of these sneakers, which is a bit more that I was anticipated. In this picture we can see how much that padding is in this sneaker. That is the edge. I personally was searching for a pair that you can use it in winter, actually use it, without having problems with the cold. Although I don't recommend sneakers for winter in general because it's simply too cold for that, this pair is a bit closer to that pair for winter. In this shot we can see the stretch web, regular sole for Ultra Boost 20. On this particular sneaker from Ultra Boost we can see the shank a bit better than in others. We can see that it has a torsion system. The shank usually we can find it in boots and shoes, but now we can see in sneakers too a bit more often. That will give a bit more support and will provide structure to the sneaker. The print on the midsole of these sneakers, I really like it very much, and that I think was the reason to buy them in first place. This is the thickness we can expect from this prime knit on this Ultra Boost. Although it might not seem too much, it is a bit better than in other Ultra Boost models. Here we can see the thickness of the cage, and I would say it's just the right amount of thickness. On these models the laces are flat. They have 102 centimeters or 40 inches more or less, and 7 millimeters wide. Here we have a shot with the insole, which is the regular one, nothing fancy in this one. These are the sizes of these insoles. Although I have a medium height arch, I didn't feel discomfort with these insoles. On the interior we can see the exposed Ultra Boost and the stretch web rubber. box has this reinforced material over the prime knit, and I like it because it doesn't end too high, not like in Ultra Boost Winter, for example. On the Winter model, in some cases I did notice that end of the reinforced material with my big toes, and that was a bit annoying. Here I have a quick weight test in comparison with New Balance Fresh Foam 1080 version 9, I think it's 2018 model. And a short physical comparison in between them. I have to say that I do like a bit more the New Balance sole because that rubber is a bit more thicker and not as sticky as the one from Ultra Boost. The comfort is very similar in both of them, so no complaints there. New Balance has some reflective details. I wish that Ultra Boost would have that too. It will give you some safety at night, those reflective materials. And now some proper on-fit shots. My feet have 10 centimeters wide or 3.93 inches. And with these sneakers I didn't have any discomfort, so that's a good thing. Here we can see a bit better my arch shape, more or less this is how it looks. In this shot we can see better where my big toe points out. It doesn't have problems with that reinforced toe box. For those that are wondering if I should have a smaller size for these sneakers, I shouldn't, because I tried them and they are way too small for me. So this is my true to size in Adidas, 41 1/3 or 18 US. Here we can see some on-feet shots from upper angle in comparison with New Balance model. Some on-feet shots in comparison with New Balance from lower angle. In this particular shot we can see the thickness of the rubber sole, and because of this I'm saying that New Balance I like it a bit better because it's a bit more thicker, that rubber. Pros and cons. First of it, the colorway, I'm sure you're gonna like it. The padding inside, if you are thinking to use them during cold weather, they are at 160 euros here in Spain. In US I didn't find them, I don't know if they had them or they will have them in the future, not sure. If it is your first buy in Adidas web store, you will get 20% off. I like the reinforced toe box on these sneakers. They are quite lightweight, under 600 grams. They are lightweight enough. They have 587 grams or 20.7 ounces. For cons, we don't have too many. I wish they would have some reflective materials, a bit of water resistance if it's possible somehow, and a bit thicker rubber sole. These are more or less my pros and cons for these sneakers. So my final thoughts on them: I think they are good sneakers. They are not cheap, but with some discounts you can get them at a better price. So if you like them, I think you should give them a try. I will end my review here. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Please don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate it. And if you have any questions, just let me know, as always.